Is it just me, or does political branding look different lately? I started thinking about this last year when I saw this ad for Virginia's Democratic nominee for governor, Terry McAuliffe. We'll come back to that ad in a minute, but when did red, white, and blue get replaced with yellow, pink, and green? For the better part of modern politics, our flag's colors have been the go-to for political campaigns. But that unwritten standard has been thrown out the window, and it's mostly with the Democratic and progressive campaigns. But we didn't just want to make that claim, so we investigated it. We looked at every senator's website to see which party looks more classically patriotic. And honestly, the results weren't surprising. 80% of Republican senators are using red, white, and blue, compared to just 56% of Democrats. Democratic campaigns are coloring outside the lines more often, selecting uncommon color choices at all levels of campaigns, from local to congressional to presidential races. Remember that ad from earlier? The stakes couldn't have been higher last year in the Virginia governor's race, and the contrast between Youngkin and McAuliffe's Get Out the Vote ads could not have been more stark. Glenn Youngkin's ads conveyed a strong, patriotic, and familiar message, while some of McAuliffe's ads gave the impression he was running for mayor of Sesame Street instead of the governor of Virginia. While it's ultimately candidates, not color choices, that win elections, Virginia is for lovers. Of Americana, apparently. Elizabeth Warren's 2020 presidential campaign made waves with Liberty Green, a fresh, minty shade with a not-so-subtle nod to the Statue of Liberty. Sure, her campaign ultimately flopped, but going green has worked for Democrats in the past. In 1976, Jimmy Carter won the White House with a signature green campaign. It was a bold move, especially considering it was America's bicentennial. And looking at the Democratic senators who aren't using red, white, and blue, almost 2/3 of this group heavily use purple, usually alongside website copy claiming working across the aisle and complaints of Washington being rife with division. Just as the colors of our flag are associated with patriotism, purple has long been used by candidates who claim their politics aren't entirely blue or red. You can find just about every color imaginable incorporated in political branding today, from ads to yard signs and logos, but Old Glory's colors aren't going anywhere. Red, white, and blue isn't a cliche, it's iconic. And that simple color choice shows at a glance that your brand is, 1, political in nature, and 2, loves America. And for many audiences, that is still a good thing. Despite the headlines about Americans being less patriotic these days, that doesn't mean voters want politicians to throw in the towel on Old Glory. Voters still have an appetite for candidates who are red, white, and blue through and through. Our team at Image recommends approaching branding your campaign with authenticity. Your branding should convey a strong message and answer more questions than it raises. And for many candidates, still, going red, white, and blue does exactly that. If you'd like to know more about our approach to brand development and design, take a look at our website at image.com/journal. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Per My Last Email.